Welcome to Northern Chautauqua Canine Rescue at 7540 North Gale Street in Westfield, New York. Nccr Incorporated in 1999, became a 501c3 nonprofit in 2000, and bought this building, which had been a machine shop, in 2002 to move the dogs from the dog control officer's barn to a building of their own. Over 4,000 dogs and pups have called this place home until they were adopted. We thought you might like a little tour to show some of what's here and hear a little bit about what, with your donations, we hope to update in the near future. This area is where some of our new dogs stay, but we also keep many of the supplies here that we receive from generous donors. It also houses one of our long-term residents because it has a nice big outside area. We'd like to have a bigger intake area for new dogs to stay in and to separate new dogs from long-term dogs, as well as having bigger storage areas. We built these big kennel areas last year to house bigger dogs that preferred to be in quieter locations. Mac here is a handsome Dalmatian mix, who arrived when his person sadly became homeless. These are some of the outdoor areas we've fenced in over the years when we have had the finances to do so. We like to give the dogs as much outdoor playtime as we can while the weather is good. We've also had shelters put in place in case there is bad weather to keep them out of the elements. Many dogs enjoy being paired up with other dogs for playtime. With your donations, we were able to build this pavilion last year to keep the dogs covered during bad weather, but still give them a chance to be outside. They love it. This interior room and exterior fenced area were added on 5 to 7 years ago through generous grants that we received. We needed an isolation room. Periodically, we have sick or pregnant dogs that need a place by themselves. Right now it houses Lucette and Oregano, both completely healthy, wonderful young dogs who each needed a play buddy, so we housed them together here for lack of space elsewhere. Donations and grants made it possible for this extra space addition that has proven very useful for quite a number of dogs that have stayed in this special room. New York State enacted a shelter law in 2022 with a number of new regulations. Nccr is making sure that our facilities are in line with this new law and is currently considering what improvements need to be made. That's why your generosity is so important to the shelter and the care of the dogs. We would like to improve all of the kennel areas in the main kennel. This is Copper, a German short-haired pointer, Binton and his buddy Morgan. Those two came from an abuse case in Ohio. And lastly, Abe and Poppy. This is Buddy's final resting spot. Buddy was a shepherd mix who sadly could never be placed, and he made the move back in 2003 from the dog control officer's barn to the shelter where he lived out the rest of his life. Now his spirit guards his home and the homeless. The volunteers loved Buddy as they love all the dogs that pass through the shelter doors. Nccr could not have found homes for all those dogs without your help. With your support, we will continue to help these homeless dogs and puppies. We thank you. We know the dogs thank you too.